All right, so as you can see, it's a nice snowy May day. This weather's been a little ridiculous here, but we're trying to get the season started with some grading and sodding. This is a job site we did last summer, and we sodded all these houses, but when we did this house here, there was a bit of an issue. This used to just be a big slope. Well, you can see up where the chain link fence is. These used to just slope straight down, and we had a 3-to-1 slope done here, and then a swale. But I think this homeowner was not too happy with his backyard, so with the grading and sodding of it. So what we had to do is actually we had to leave it. They had to come and re-engineer this, cut that slope back, and build this retaining wall. So now we have to come back and shape it up, do a swale along here now, and we have to fix all these backyards as well, all the way up to the top and around. So now we got to come truck in some topsoil, because again the grading changed since they've done that. So we're gonna have to raise up about another 6 inches. They put a few rings.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is start off by going along this chain link fence and scraping all these weeds back. The first thing we gotta do is obviously clean up all the weeds before we start actually bringing in topsoil bucket by bucket. And it's 2 loads of screen topsoil we brought in. Again, this is just to put a little skim of it over, just to fine tune and fix washouts and basically just redefine the grade. This grading was already all completed for sod last year. We just were not able to sod because of that issue with the one house in the middle where they needed to redesign and re-engineer and build that retaining wall. Now, as you can see here, I'm pulling back this grass, and what I'm trying to do is actually get it as straight as possible and a nice clean cut, so that when we do bring in the new grass and have to join it together with this old existing grass, it's going to fit just nicely and match up perfectly with it. The swale was already established, and we usually sod like a roll or 2 of sod past it, which is what happened here. So what I'm trying to do is just go more or less in line, or even just on the other side of the swale. Like, I don't want to interfere with it because it's already established and clearly working. So there's no need to go and redo the whole swale. I just want to cut the sod maybe just outside of the swale, and that way the grass will have a nice straight edge to go along and also butt up perfectly to the old existing grass. Now we can watch Mario here trying to work his magic with this skid steer. He is not the biggest fan of this particular skid steer. He's a big fan of the Ghel RT165. That's his baby. He's not too used to this one. We didn't have his Bobcat available. His Bobcat was on another site very far away. And yeah, he normally uses either that, the Ghel CTL65 is his main one, but he also uses the Takeuchi TL230. We have two of those. So basically those are the main ones he uses. One of probably the most skilled operators we have. I definitely learned a lot of things from him already. So yeah, he's going to have to make do with this one. I get to use my baby. My favorite baby is the Kubota, and he's going to have to make do with this Ghel, the RT165. And wow, look at that look of intensity right there, staring at the wall. Well, now that Mario has carved out the swale for me, I'm going to level up the other areas on the side of it. Again, we're trying to work as a team as much as possible. So he's got the swale bucket on, he's going to cut some swales, and then I'm going to come behind and do the more fine grading along the wall and stuff with the actual bucket. Just trying to make it faster considering we have two Bobcats here.
It's the afternoon now, but we're finally starting to make some progress. So we got our second backyard done, almost done our third. We got Nelson just finishing up the last bit of handwork on it. So we have a high point here, so the water splits from here to the catch basin there, and then it goes all the way down past this retaining wall to the other catch basin there. We've got our tie-ins done here on the grass. It's nice and blended. We've made sure we have a minimum of 2% fall everywhere with our laser, from that swale down, and from this swell, or from the high point there, and then from that high point also down there. And again, all the way up there, we've taken our shots to make sure we have a minimum of 2% fall. 2 backyards left, and then the side yard and a little bit of the front of the last house. right, so after that crappy ass start to the day with all that snow and rain, we actually managed to turn it around and actually get done early. It's not even 5:30 and I'm already loaded up. Now this is the first backyard here that we did. So it's all sheet drain 2%. We've got this little, we have to build a bit of a ridge all along to contain this swale, and then it slopes down again to contain this swale water out to here. And then these are all sheet draining back at roughly 2 to 2.5%.
Alrighty, so wasn't able to actually be here myself for the sodding process, but I'm here to pick up the machines and clean up the remainder of the dirt that was on the street there. So we had to fill up a bin out there. So I got a chance to come back and actually get some footage of this once the whole job site was complete and sodded. So here it is. This is the backyards. This is literally the next day, but the evening of the next day that we had a sod crew come in and sod all these. It looks a lot different when it's nice and green. Definitely cleans up the whole thing. And this was literally the final bit to wrap up this whole entire site of over 100 homes. So again, we just didn't finish it last year for that reason of the wall there. So these people are happy now and ties everything together. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and stay tuned for much more content. As always, take care everyone.